All right, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another live stream video. You do another one? Can somebody let me know if you can hear me okay? Because I'm always not sure about with the microphone and stuff like that. So let me know. Cut by Ray, are you here? Can you hear me? Anybody? Nobody here. Nobody wants to talk Walking Dead stuff. Oh, right, Super Bowl time. Right, so yeah. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, that's good. All right, how you guys doing? I don't know. I don't know. I just thought, well, why don't we just do a Walking Dead video? Why not? I was going to do one in the middle of selling some stuff, so I've been selling some Marvel Legends and stuff. Pretty much selling my Marvel Legends collection. So I might do a vlog video on that because it's kind of, it's kind of sad to let it go, but it's like, okay, maybe it's time, right? So got to do it. So, so the first one for this one, I've got kind of, usual Q&A from you guys, usual kind of things you guys want to talk about for Walking Dead. Just have a few weeks now, right, to the return for Walking Dead. So because it's Sunday today, I was like, oh, well, why don't we do a bit of a live stream, live hangout with you guys and see how you guys are doing. So first one for this one is, can Maggie and Negan coexist, right? So this is one I hadn't thought about. It's a good question from Brian Atcham, which is that when Maggie returns, Negan is out, right? He's out of his cage. So, so how is she going to respond to him kind of being out and doing whatever they have him doing at that time when she returns, if he's a whisperer or whatever, and everything. And that's something that I hadn't thought about. He also brought up that JDM isn't on contract anymore. At least that's what he thinks. So I'm not sure about JDM's contract and how long that was supposed to be or how long that is going to be for Walking Dead. Let's see. He started at the end of season 6. So it has been a while if you think about it. That's been, the finale for season 6, right? All of season 7, all of season 8, all of season 9, and now we're in season 10. So you're looking at 6 to maybe 6 to the start of 11. So the end of 6 to the start of 11. So that would be, it is a while, right? It's getting close to 5-year type of time frame here. So will he still be in the show once Maggie returns? Of course, Michonne will be gone at that point. But what will they do with Negan having Maggie around? Maybe it could be okay because Maggie's going to just probably scowl at him the whole time. Maybe smack him every once in a while, right? He says something stupid. So I mean, this is all assuming that Negan will go from being a whisperer to kind of back to being a regular sort of survivor. Well, I guess he's never really been a regular survivor, but kind of rejoining Judith and the others on the survivor side, which I do, I still expect to see him do at some point here in the series. I wouldn't think that he'll be all the way through, on the Whisperer side and kind of die with them and everything. So I don't think he's going to be loyal to the Whisperers. I wouldn't think so. So, but what do you guys think? How will? Yes, I'm live, Andrew. We're live. You're here. I'm here. Super Bowl's on. Oh, sorry, dude. I don't really watch football. Not that I like playing football. I enjoy playing, but I don't really watch it. So sorry if I interrupted your Super Bowl. That's how out of the loop I am. My dad's probably watching it right now. He's probably like, "How did you forget the Super Bowl?" I was like, "I don't know. It's not, there's no zombies in football, right? So, so I don't have to know that, right? It's not in my it's not in my deal. But who's playing in the Super Bowl, you guys? I don't even. That's how out of the loop I am, man. I don't even know. Let's see. So that's what I was thinking. So it could be fun, to see what happens with Maggie and once she returns and she realizes Negan's out. So that could be kind of fun. Maybe put him back in his cage for a while, and it could be some fun. But do I think they're going to kill Negan off? I don't think so, Brian. I don't think they're going to kill Negan off either way because they kind of, it's slim pickings, right? They don't have that many characters to work with. They kind of have to bring Maggie back because with Michonne leaving and you're going to have some character deaths in the second half of the Whisper War and everything, you don't have too many there at the forefront. So you got to you got to have your Negan, man. Like, what are you going to do without Negan? So I don't think so. So if I have to choose between the two, I'll go with, you guys know I'm going with Negan, but it'll be fun to see Maggie return anyway. So that's what it is. So Okay, James. Despite how despite how buff you are in the thumbnail, I don't know. I just I notice when I flex, it gets more views. So it's like, okay, so let's just do a flex with them. I don't know what else to do. I'm like sitting here like, oh, thumbs up or something, or this just looks awkward. Flexing. Oh yeah, okay, that's good. That works well, right? That fits in. So probably go work out after this, put out the garbage and stuff. So that's cool. So we got lots of questions kind of buzzing through here, man. So this is going to be fun, guys. We'll hang out for a while. Maybe we do half an hour to an hour, something like this. Mr. Patrick Curtis says that he loves cock. So that's good, Pat. That's cool, I have nothing against homosexuals. If you do, it's no problem, man. I get it. It's cool. It's all good. So it's no problem. So I don't care much for Super Bowl. Yeah, and whatever. 3 weeks. Yeah, it's not bad for sure. And there's lots of little new promos they've kind of been releasing for Walking Dead, which is kind of cool. There's like the Alpha losing her head one where she's like screaming and stuff. So I don't know what to really say about that one aside from it's just kind of funny. And then you have kind of the red one where you have sort of, I think it's Rosita, and you have some of the others, and there's like the crows and stuff. There's like crows everywhere now in Walking Dead, right? And that's kind of red, so that's kind of cool. And then I think there was another one too where the We Are the End of the World one where they're kind of, the Whisperers are talking, there's a bunch of zombies around. So it's like whatever. It's like, the usual kind of stuff. So Red Lotus, yes, we are live, man. Luke Dog wants to know, Trev, at what point does bread become toast? I guess after about 3 minutes or 2 minutes in most toasters. Something like that. Yep, Ryan's Walking Dead channel, 3 weeks. Yep, it's awesome. So, hey, Trav, do you think Negan will get the big comic book moment in the show, or do you think it will be given to another character? Yeah, I really have no idea at this point. We kind of went over that in the Death Predictions video. Geez, man, I think I kind of, as I was working it through logically there, I kind of thought like, well, maybe they'll just keep it close to the same, so when we don't expect it. So thanks, Mr. Williams. Love you guys too, man. James W says, despite how buff you are in the thumbnail, scrawny arm Rosita can still beat your ass in the Walking Dead universe. That's true. especially if there's babies involved, right? Then I'm losing for sure, right? So, well, you're going to lose anyway. Guy versus, it's politically incorrect to have the guy win in almost any circumstances, right? So thanks for going live there. Well, I hope you like it, Jason. I don't know. I'm just kind of doing what you guys said. So what you guys want to do. So you guys said, Trev, you should do more live videos. So it's like, okay, we can do more live videos. I was going to make one anyway, and it's Sunday. So it's just faster. Can I do it with you guys this way? We'll publish it. And then after, I can do thumbnails and stuff like that later. So, cooking tutorials to fill in time for Walking Dead videos. Red Lotus, I would be terrible at cooking tutorials. I'm just like, protein shake, oatmeal, what can I grab? Granola bar. Like that's what I do is I just grab food really fast and I get back to work. Ed World wants to see me do 55 push-ups. Well, I can do 50 guaranteed. Could I do 55? They'll be cheat. Like maybe a cheat. Like the best I ever did was 53. Well, you guys are watching. I'll get my little bit of a Super Saiyan boost, right? So maybe I could do 55, but I don't know how we could do this. I'd have to. The floor is kind of dirty, so I don't want to do that. So, but maybe we can do that later. So, Travis, give 10 push-ups now, Chris. Well, you won't be able to see it; it'll just be on the floor right there. So, we can do that, but it's there's not a lot of room and stuff. But we'll do it later. If we do another workout video, we'll do stuff like that. So that'll be kind of fun. So. So aside from Maggie smacking Negan around, another question we had is from At The Walking Dead said, Trav Q&A, do you think the first episode the first episode of the second half will be on AMC Premiere a week earlier like the first half of the season was? So they did do that for the first half of the season for the premiere, right? But then each episode before that was like a Friday release. So with AMC Premiere. So I would think maybe they'll continue to do Friday releases for the second half. I haven't heard anything for At Walking Dead if they're going to do a full week early for the episodes. So for episode 9, that would be the premiere of the second half, mid-season premiere, I guess. So I don't think so. I don't think they're going to do it a week earlier. At least if they are, we got 3 weeks and they haven't announced it yet that I'm aware of. So I'll say I don't think so, but it'll probably be on like Friday or something if you have AMC Premiere for the people who do subscribe to AMC Premiere. But, it's all good because they have to do something with the whole switch over to streaming because that's I mean, that's what it is now, right? It's like even other series I'm looking to review and stuff. It's like it's all streaming stuff nowadays. Like how many series on cable? Like you have Walking Dead because it's built up. You have other series like that, World Beyond that's starting, and some other new series, but majority of the new kind of hot series are all streaming stuff, and that's just kind of how it's gone. So Netflix and everything. There's is it Lock and Key? Is that what it's called? IDW series, something like that. So that's going to be on Netflix. So I haven't checked out the IDW series of that, but I am checking out the IDW comics for the Turtles because I love the Turtles, and going to check that out because I've just got a comic void in my life after Kirkman ended the Walking Dead series. We had a deal, Kirkman, damn it. 100 or whatever issues earlier than we thought he would. Anyway, then we were led to believe based on interview information that he things he had said, right? Anyway, Sunny Little Me says that the breaks on Walking Dead are so long, frequent. I'm less invested. I was half out with Glenn and Abraham, with the Glenn Abraham debacle. Then Carl, Rick, Sasha, Michonne, meh, I'm caring less. So a lot of people are leaving, right? So it's just kind of what it is. They're doing it every year. They're doing 16 episodes a year. You're getting some burnout. You're getting some people who want to try to do other things. It's just, what can you say? It's been running for a long time. I'm happy it's even still running. It's even still on because I check out other shows and I do some reviews for other stuff, but I don't enjoy it as much as Walking Dead. I really don't, not even close. So, but I hear you, man. The breaks are a bit, but you know what? It's better than if Walking Dead was a streaming a show. They would just release it all like in probably October or something for the whole season, or December or something. And then you'd have 16 episodes or whatever, and then you'd watch it all in a week, and then you'd have nothing for a full year. So, so the breaks for it, I think, are not too bad, and I feel like it's still good enough to where people are going to tune in each week to watch it on Sundays because it is really that good. And it's worth waiting for. It's worth actually tuning in to watch, I think. So, as compared to the other streaming stuff, which is pretty much becoming the norm nowadays, I want to say, for new series, it's like you get every episode in one day. And then everyone watches it right away within a couple of days, and then they're done. They don't even think about it again until next year or something, right? So when it's done, like Stranger Things, when Stranger Things hits, everybody watches it for the first 2 weeks and talks about it. And then the whole rest of the year or till another season comes out, no one even thinks about it again. So it's what it is. But, the breaks on Walking Dead are not that bad. And I think that's the whole purpose of Fear really anyway, right? And World Beyond is that they're trying to give fans more, and fans want more. And other AMC series are not, they're not doing that well, considering the switch to streaming, considering just the way the world is changing with that. There's Better Call Saul, which is going to be fun. I'm excited for that. And they put it on at the same time as Walking Dead, which I kind of feel like, and that one missed a year, didn't it, last year? So I love Breaking Bad, love Better Call Saul, but I just feel like, why didn't you pick a different time to premiere it? Because, if people are going to watch Walking Dead, that's going to get attention. I don't know. I guess maybe they thought, let's just put it on at the same time or something. And have people watch that too. So I'll look to do at least 1 or 2 reviews for that because I do love Better Call Saul. It is a lot of fun, but yeah, it makes more sense for AMC to just keep doing Walking Dead series, at least for now, because it's hard for them to find those kind of hit series, and Walking Dead pretty much always works for them. And then these other series they're trying are like, they don't seem to be working that well. Maybe they get a season, 2 seasons, and then they're basically over. So the breaks for Walking Dead, for Sunny, they're a bit long sometimes, like right now without the comics, I think adds to it as well too. But at least we have Fear on during the summer. At least we have World Beyond too, which is going to be fun later on this year. So we're going to have some fun, and it's going to be good stuff. And the break's almost over, so hold your horse. You're almost there. FKZ Boss Z Judge says, yeah, Trev, what's going on with my boy Herschel Jr.? So that's true. I even forgot that Herschel Jr. existed and is a couple years older now too. Isn't that right? Because that's post. Well, not a couple years older. Would be quite a bit older too. Would be like a little kid now instead of because so Rick goes missing with a helicopter. That was like 7 years ago, right? Prior to time skip. Judith was just a baby. So Herschel would be just a little bit younger than Judith. So when Maggie returns, we haven't seen Herschel since then. So he would come back with Maggie, and he would be like, he'd be almost Judith's age. He'd be a little bit, not almost Judith's age, but, like maybe a couple years younger, something like that, older than RJ, right? So he'd be like a little kid. So that should be fun. So I didn't even think about that. So nice call out there, FKZ. I even forgot about Maggie and Glenn's baby, Herschel. I pretty much did. just with everything else going on, and it all happened so fast with her leaving and Rick leaving, and so that got all the attention. So I almost forgot about that. That's a good one. Peter says, I would love just as many videos for Fear as you do for the original Walking Dead. Seriously, I love both shows. So happy to hear that, Peter. And I am seeing more and more comments for Fear right now than I thought I would, as they're kind of getting ready for the season to be coming up. And I think it's probably filming around now or something of the sort. I'm not sure. I think it would be in progress right now. So getting more and more kind of comments about that and more people looking forward to that, which is good. Granted, it's certainly mixed, right? Some people that just hate on it, and then some people looking forward to it. It is quite mixed. So yeah. So let's see what other comments you guys sent through in the meantime. So let's see. Have you seen The Wire, Trev? I've only heard about it. I've never seen it all the way through. So yeah, but I hear it's really good. And isn't the guy from what's the guy's? He plays Bob, right? Bob. Oh, damn it. That's going way back. Yeah, the one that the termites eat. He was on The Wire, wasn't he? I think so. Daryl Dixon says, Whisper is not far, and thanks for the $2 and $7, Daryl. Your channel, he uploads, I think he uploads a bunch of clips from Walking Dead. I'm surprised that AMC doesn't come after you for that, though, because, I think they, I don't know, man, they have a standoffish relationship with YouTubers in general. So it's kind of like, well, it's their content, I guess. So I guess they're allowed to get mad if they want to, if we use stuff that, from the series and that kind of stuff. I try not to too much. So yeah, you should get Premiere because it doesn't have commercials, said Stevie. So that's true, man. Yeah, it is pretty good. If you can, like if you live in the US, then yeah, I'd recommend it. Go for it. If you like Walking Dead, for sure. Why not? You get it early and everything. Rexadev72 says, do you think AMC will ever do more webisodes? Okay, so that's actually a good question, is will they do more of the webisodes that they did do way back in the day, like in the first few seasons? If you guys don't know what we're talking about by webisodes, they did these like online series where they did these like one shots, these little episodes where they would focus on like a weapon and how its origin, I guess, or led into Walking Dead. Red Machete, right? They did one for that. And Cold Storage, they did one for like, I think it was, this is a loose tie-in. It was like Rick and Lori's storage locker. So that's what it was. So there was that, so I don't know. That's a pretty loose tie-in. If you want to look for loose tie-ins, that's about as loose as you're going to get. But yeah, so it's okay. But, the webisodes are all right. But ever since they started with Fear, I don't think they've done webisodes pretty much since then. It's kind of unnecessary because they decided to do a whole other series, which has been a success for them. So I'm happy for them as far as that goes. And then with World Beyond adding on too, they are doing little projects and different things like that. 2 years for World Beyond. It's going to be 2 seasons. If you guys didn't know about that, it's just 2 years for World Beyond. So 2 seasons of that should be some fun. But they're going to do lots of different Walking Dead series. Webisodes maybe are too small time for them to really focus on right now. It's almost like maybe they were doing those to kind of practice and kind of see if there was demand there to do more Walking Dead stuff. And there was. And so that's where you got, some good seasons out of Fear to start with and everything with a lot of viewers and stuff. JP Zombie Slayer 97, thanks for the $10, JP. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Trev, do you think we will get the first Rick movie in October of this year? No. Since it officially marks a 10-year anniversary since the Days Gone By episode aired. Well, that's a good point that it's 10 years, right? That's a long time, man. But the thing is, JP, is that I don't think they've even started filming it yet. So that means that 2020 is pretty much off limits for the Rick movies, I think. I don't think they could possibly get it done in time. I don't think they will. I think it'll be 2021, and then maybe the second one won't take as long to do. But it's unfortunate it's taking them so long. But if we want it to be done right, then we've got to wait for it, and it should be good anyway. So that's a good thing, is that it should be some fun. It should be good. Chucky B wants to know, hey, Trevor, are you into Star Trek? So I'm not really into Star Trek. I'm a big fan of Patrick Stewart, Professor X. So yeah, I'm a big fan of his because I love X-Men. I'm a bigger X-Men fan than I am Star Trek fan, but big fan of his. And I know that right now, I think the Star Wars stuff has been hot lately, right? A lot of people have been into that, and Star Trek and things like that, which is cool. I'm not too into the outer space stuff too much, but I do like it if it's on. I could, I kind of watch it sometimes here and there, like if it's just if it's just on. Thanks, Chris, for $3. You didn't send a question though, man. You can send a question if you want to. Tobias, he's in fear, so I don't know what you wanted to do with that. I guess so, somewhere in there. I don't think, I mean, there's some characters you just gotta let go of, right? We're gonna have a Morales 2.0 situation on our hands. Hey, Trav, can I get a shout out? So for Juan, there's your shout out, man. Thanks for watching the live stream. Thanks for being here when the Super Bowl's on, I guess. Sorry, guys. I didn't know. I really didn't know. I really didn't. It's not on my radar, man. So let's see. James W says Morgan brought a stick to a gunfight. Jeez. So he did. Yeah, he absolutely did. I hope Morgan survives, man. I really don't want to see Morgan be killed off. That's going to suck so bad if they do it. It's like, no, don't do it, man. Don't do it. We'll see the future. I mean, not everybody's going to last forever. It has been a long time for him too, right? For Lenny to be in Walking Dead as well. So we'll see. But I'm predicting I think he'll probably survive. Yeah, I think so. So Heath is the new Morales. Well, we pretty much know with Heath that he's probably gone for good. If we do see him again, we'll see him in the movies. But even that is probably like, maybe not. For Connor V, please don't ever stop, Trev. Thanks, Connor, man. That does mean a lot to me because I'll be honest with you guys. Sometimes it is really tough to, just to kind of keep going with YouTube and everything, especially last 2 years. A lot of people that were on YouTube a couple years ago, like around when I started, that was a time when a lot of them left. A lot of them moved off and they had to go get full-time jobs or they had to do stuff like that because it just wasn't really that viable anymore compared to what it used to be. But that's fine. With me, I was pretty smart to keep my job all the way through. And so I don't want to stop, Connor. I don't. And I hope I don't have to, here in the next few years. I hope I can keep going with you guys. The biggest trouble is that it's finding stuff to do, right? It's like, okay, what are you into that you really want to, do videos on with you guys? And that's kind of a tricky question. It's always easy for me for Walking Dead. I always love doing that. Game of Thrones always easy too, but that's basically over now. Z Nation was a lot of fun. Breaking Bad was easy. That was a lot of fun. Some stuff that you think is really good quality, it's just easy. It's easy to do it because you enjoy it, but it's difficult. But I'll try, I'm going to try for you, man. And I'll at least, pop in, even if there's if there's a point a few years where I kind of stop making videos, for months on end or for a year or something, or I just kind of stop, period. I'll still try to pop in and say what's up to you guys and let you guys know how I'm doing and stuff like that, because I know that a lot of you guys do care about me and I care about you guys too, same thing. So, I'll try to pop in and let you guys know what's new with me, what's going on, how I'm doing and stuff like that. Even if, we just have a couple more years of Walking Dead TV series left or whatever that is, whatever that ends up being based on fan demand, we'll see. So Radina Williams says, hey, Trev, do you think Jerry will die? And if not, when will he die? And please, for the life of me, never do another workout video. So Ridian didn't like it. He didn't like the workout videos, huh? So that's cool. Okay, I guess we don't have to. I understand a lot of you guys are not into that. That's cool. It's no problem. I won't. I'm not going to do stuff that you guys don't like either. As well too. So at the same time, maybe do some video game videos or stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where my creativity brings me and what we do. But the question that you asked. So Jerry, yeah, I think mid-season premiere. That's it, right? we did those. He's in the cave. I'm not sure if he's going to escape the cave. I think he's probably not going to. Jeremy Hewitt says, Trevor watching since 2012. Thanks, Jeremy, man. I know. I remember, you guys might think I don't recognize your names, but actually I do. I do recognize your names. And so I kind of remember, within a few years, I'm pretty good at being able to tell who's been there for, since 2012. 2010, 2011, stuff like that. I know some of you guys, or 2015 or 16 or whatever, I recognize your guys' names. So that's super cool, man. And I do appreciate all the years you guys support and everything like that too. So let's see what other questions we've got here. Have you played The Last of Us, Trev? No, I haven't, Adrian. I don't really, I love to play video games, but I need a game where I can literally start the game, play a game in half an hour, 1 hour max, and I'm out. That's it. And then I got to go do something else. You know what I mean? That's just the way my schedule is. I don't have time to play like a 30-hour game or something like that. I just don't, unfortunately. So, but that's just kind of how I am. Cole Cook says, "How are you doing?" I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm excited for Walking Dead to come back. I'm excited to see, the last few seasons of the show, if that's how long it lasts for or whatever. That's cool. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. And I'm also, I view it as kind of a challenge with YouTube here with you guys to try to kind of continue going even after Walking Dead or whatever happens in the future. And kind of see it's a challenge for me to try to creatively find other things to continue. Or if I can't, then maybe me and Jess will just have kids or something. I don't know. We'll see. So life changes sometimes, stuff like that. So we'll see. I've had an incredible run of basically 11 years on YouTube, which is a really, really long time. So if at some point here I have to kind of let it go or something, then sometimes you have to do that too. So it's what it is. Devin Williams wants a shout out. There you go, Devin. Joe Stuckey, have you seen El Camino yet? Yeah, I watched the first half of it. And then again, I ran out of time and I had to go sleep and go to work. And then I couldn't come back to it. Like I didn't get back to it afterwards. So I want to watch the rest of El Camino because I do like Breaking Bad, but I haven't seen it all yet. Let's do another question that I had kind of listed here from one of the good ones that people had sent out before. So Kudo Ad Jill, a bunch of text here says, Andrew Lincoln wants off. We might as well get rid of Carl and Morgan. Oh, we don't need Maggie, Jesus, Sadiq, Tara, or Michonne, or any of these other characters besides Negan, Carol, and Daryl. So it's quite strange now that you look back on it, knowing that they knew Andrew Lincoln was going to leave. Like they knew that he was leaving, and that's the reason why they had the helicopter fly overhead. That's the reason why they set up maybe the garbage people and everything like that. It was kind of a helicopter boy. Maybe it was a master plan from a few years ahead of that. And Chandler Riggs, it sounds like, knew also that Andrew Lincoln was going to leave. And he probably thought when he did, it would kill the series, which a lot of us thought it might. Now, the question becomes, so why did they kill off Carl in season 8, knowing that Rick was going to leave in season 9? That's one. You guys can leave your comments below in the live chat here on why you think it was. I mean, it's something that comes up from time to time, but it is a good point that, with Andrew Lincoln wanting off, you think they would have wanted to keep Carl. But maybe they decided to finish up Rick's story. They decided to do that, or maybe they thought it was too predictable to have Carl, continue on after Rick, or maybe they just they thought that maybe there was contract disputes or stuff like this. Maybe wanted too much money. Stuff like that. People have brought that up. Well, it's a thing. And then the reason that was given was for to justify Negan surviving afterwards because of Carl, which I don't know if that really. If it did that, I don't know. If you had to trade Negan for Carl, who would you go with, guys? I don't know. I mean, you guys know I'll probably go with Negan, but then again, not having like your mainstay at the very front all the time, it is a bit different too. You could argue that Carl was more important than Negan in some ways here. We'll see how things go with Negan next few years, but yeah, we'll see here. So let's see what others we got here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Dan's Reviews says, Trev, do you think season 10A is better or worse than season 9? So is it better or worse than season 9? Well, I mean, it's pretty difficult to compare the first half of season 10 to like the first half of season 9. I mean, the first half of season 9 had Rick, you had all the Maggie, you had all the survivors from before, you had everybody in it. And you were basically, having like one of the most important moments in the entire series, which is Rick's exit or death, depending on which way that went. And so, I mean, to try to say like, could season 10 even be better than that? Almost no matter what they tried, like probably, you don't have the right ingredients there to make a better half season than the first half of season 9. No, you just don't have it there. How could you do it? It's basically impossible to do. Because Rick's not there, none of the others are there. So what are you going to do? Michonne's exit could be pretty good too, but Michonne's important, but Rick is the most important. So no, I don't think the first half of season 10 was as good as the first half of season 9. No, but what I was impressed with, what I said during my reviews, was how good they made the first half of season 10, considering the characters they used. So they didn't kill off Alpha in the first half. They didn't kill off Negan or do any crazy big deaths like that. It was exciting. It was fun all the way through the first half of season 10. It was good. It was they did some new stuff with kind of the waves of walkers coming in, which was really cool, all in like one episode. And then they really expanded on Sadiq, and they gave him an incredible send-off, I thought. I mean, Walking Dead's going to die eventually. So he went out like a hero, and it was great. And then they had an amazing a villain come out of nowhere, which was totally unexpected from Dante with an incredible twist. So because of that, I was certainly very happy with the first half of season 10, but it's not fair to compare that to Rick's final episodes. You know, you don't have the right. That's not a fair comparison in any way, shape, or form. So no, you can't say that. So F Choppin, thanks for $10, F Choppin. I appreciate it, man. Would you consider The Walking Dead to be a dead TV series? So this is one that comes up a lot, right? Well, if it's dead, then it's zombieing around. So, okay, here's what we could say. We could say that when Rick left, it pretty much killed what the original Walking Dead was. So now you have Daryl and the others, and it's zombieing around afterwards. The thing is that a lot of us still love Walking Dead, right? So even though this thing happened in season 9 in the first half with Rick leaving and everything, a lot of us still wanted to see Walking Dead continue. You know, 10 years is a long time. You get used to watching something on Sundays every week. Like, why am I here with you guys right now? It's habits, right? That's what it is. I mean, if you get used to watching something on a Sunday, Super Bowl, right? So maybe this week you watch Super Bowl, right? If you get used to watching something on Sunday, and then, and you do that for 10 years, or 9 years, it's difficult not to. It's difficult to be like, oh, what's on tonight? Like when October rolls around. Like, can you imagine if they just ended the series? How would you guys feel when October rolls around and there's no Walking Dead on? So even if they have to do a storyline which features, Sadiq and Dante and the others, and spotlight Gabriel and spotlight some of these other characters that are not as developed as Rick or Daryl or Carol, would you rather them do that, or would you rather them just end the series completely? So do I think it's dead? No, I don't think it's dead. I think it's doing as good as it possibly could do, considering the fact that real world situations happen and eventually people want to retire. You guys got to remember too, that with the series as well, The Walking Dead became a breakout, insane hit. I'd say probably the biggest hit of the 2010s. Just like Game of Thrones, like the two of those were right at the top for TV. And the comic series was the highest selling trade, first volume trade, paperback volume of any comic book in the 2010s. So it became this huge hit, right? And so, with that, the people who helped make it happen, they're going to do pretty well. After a point, they might not need to work anymore. Or they might not want to, right? Now, eventually they may regret that and want to come back and do stuff. And that's what's good about the movies, because people are going to get bored, especially people that are high in trait conscientiousness. They, like me, I'm here with you guys right now. They want to do stuff. They want to keep doing stuff. Whether they're doing that or they're if they can't do this, they're selling that, or they're doing that or whatever. So that's the thing that I'm glad they did with Andrew Lincoln, was they gave him the opportunity to have the movies after, so he could do them on a schedule that would work, and so that he could continue to do that even after he's sort of, can we say, retired from Walking Dead? He's sort of semi-retired from Walking Dead, or he retired from the original series, kind of, and now he's going to be doing the movies with the others. So that's great to see. So that's what it is. But even with the comics ending too this year, I mean, it's the same thing. I listened to the Charlie Adlard interviews quite a few times, because that's a big part of my life every month, was reviewing that with you guys for, however many years. It was 11 years or so of reviewing that every month for every issue. So it's just that, eventually people get to a point where they decide to maybe try other things with their career. They want to do other stuff. They get kind of tired of doing the same thing. And, that's fine. It's what it is. But no, I don't consider The Walking Dead to be dead. It's still one of the biggest series on cable. It's what I consider to have happened is the world changed. I drove by the last video store yesterday in the city I live in, and it's out of business. And it was the last one. There was one video store, like a Blockbuster movie rental store. It was like a video store, basically. You can rent stuff. You can buy movies. That's what it is, right? Popcorn, stuff like that. You guys remember those? I drove by it yesterday because it was the last holdout. They bought it from Blockbuster when Blockbuster went under. They bought the store and they were running it. And I was like, no. I was like, don't do that. But then I thought, well, maybe it's okay if there's one in the whole city. Just one, right? In the whole city. And it wasn't. It's just closed up yesterday. Just closed up the doors. Or at least I noticed it yesterday. So that's what it is, man. The world changes, and Walking Dead is doing the best it can, considering, the changes that things go through in the world. Eventually, it'll probably get to the point where everything is streaming. And so that's where AMC Premiere, that's where they need to go. They need to go AMC Premiere. They need to improve their website and their streaming service and all that crap. That's what they need to do. I don't care if they have to offer it at a price point for online or whatever. Maybe you do like $4 a month or whatever. Like you're not going to do a Netflix price, which would be like 13 or 15 or whatever. So maybe you do a few bucks, like AMC Premiere. But they got to build that out because that's where it's at. That's the future, right? That's how it's going, man. You gotta get with the times, right? You gotta stay in line. So it's doing the best it can, considering it's still on. Thanks for the good question, F. Chopin. I don't consider it to be a dead series. No, well, it kind of isn't the same way, right? At the same time. But that's what it is. It's not even that. It's just that the whole landscape completely has changed. Completely. So that's what it is. Yeah, rest in peace, Blockbuster. I used to love going to Blockbuster, man. I got sad. I was like, damn, dude, I remember, in the 90s and 2000s, like that was my favorite things to do was to go to the video store and to do that. But it just doesn't make sense anymore. It's not feasible. People got to drive there, rent it, bring it home, watch it, and then bring it back. That's the biggest problem is bringing it back. It's like, damn, dude, it's just, it's just what it is. What can you do, man? It's what it is. So, so let's do a couple more here, and then we'll probably get closer to wrapping up. Since07 asked this one a while ago. I never got around to it. He asked about a Ghostbusters video. So they did they have the trailer for the new Ghostbusters movie. It looks fun, right? It looks like a lot of fun, man. And he says, I know you have a Ghostbuster firehouse painted on display, and I've talked to you about it before. So if you guys have seen my Gotham City collection, I do have a Ghostbusters firehouse that I turned into sort of a Gotham City thing. It was in bad shape, so I just took it and I retooled it so that it could be useful for Gotham City, right? Because it was just smashed up and stuff. It didn't look that good. The paint was all stickers and paint were all ruined and stuff. I am a Ghostbusters fan, man. I have some Ghostbusters figures even still, and I love 80s stuff. I love Ghostbusters in the 80s, so I'll definitely be checking out the new movie when it comes out. I don't know how many videos I'll be able to do for it in the channel here with you guys. Maybe we'll do a review or something like that if I get time. If not, that's fine too, but I'll definitely check it out and give you guys my thoughts on it at some point. Cap Sorty asked this ridiculous question, which is, Trev, what do you think of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle moving to Canada? I don't care, for Cap. I'm not going to put people on a pedestal like that. Okay, I understand there's the Royals, the Royal Society and everything and all that, but I don't know, man. I am a pretty big fan of the conspiracy space, and I think that there's some truth to a lot of that stuff. So personally, I would just stay away from anybody who's involved with any of that stuff because, there may be some, I'm not saying person that they did, and they probably haven't done too much, but I would think that if you're in the club, then you kind of all have to do some stuff for, whether you're wherever you're at. So first of all, I don't care. And second of all, I would probably try to stay away from them if given the opportunity, because that's what it is. So, watch YouTube videos about something says, or Andrew Yang says, Trav, I need to ask you, what are you asking me? Ask me. Right. Yeah. And it's like, taxpayer money, right. For the Royals and stuff. It's like, where did they get all their money from? Ruling and getting their they're taxing everybody, right? So from way back when and everything. So whatever. Anyway, let's not get into that too much. Connor also said, I stopped watching Walking Dead after Rick's death, but I still watch the videos you upload. So thanks, Connor. I appreciate it, man. So that's fun. But check it out, man. It's honestly, it's not that bad, man. It really isn't. It's fun still. It's really good still. So that's what it is. Let's see. We got any other good questions here? Okay, F. Chavin asked another one. I'm sure you've gotten this question before in the past, but at this point, what's your favorite season of Walking Dead and why? So it's a good question. So it kind of changes a bit, but my favorite season of Walking Dead, it was pretty much always, I want to say, pretty much season 6, I want to say. Because that goes from the really fun stuff with the mega walker herd at the beginning, which is like a monster movie, like, oh, it's crazy. With Daryl on the bike and you have all the walkers behind him and everything. That was awesome, dude. Going up from there to start to finish, to No Way Out, to going up to the end of the season with Negan just coming in. Like when we're all excited to see Negan because we knew about him in the comics. This guy right here. We were excited to see him and it was really exciting and everything. And then they didn't show it to us at the end, which was a pain in the ass. Then we had to come back for season 7 to see it. So season 6, for a lot of reasons, for me, is probably always going to be my favorite, just because I recognize, I think the review scores for it, the critic scores and Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb, they're not the best compared to some of the other seasons. There's seasons that are rated higher. Season 9's higher, I think, and 5 are higher. But I just personally love season 6 so much because it was just such a fun time to get ready to see Negan come in, and they brought Dwight in, and there was just so much happening. It was so exciting, and then the most zombies ever. So it was just so much fun, man. So I go with season 6 as my all-time favorite. Season 9 I also love very much. I bought the Blu-ray and I did a review for that a little while ago there with you guys. Season 9 was also amazing, but the only thing is it makes me so sad to see Rick leave and everything. It just was really sad. I know it was for you guys too. I'm getting more comments all the time, people saying like I haven't watched since Rick's gone. So, but they sort of saved it somehow. They did the best they could to kind of save it, even though they knew Andrew Lincoln was going to leave and they couldn't stop it. There was nothing they could do. Buying him a mansion didn't work. Transplanting his family to Sonoya didn't work. Buy him a couple mansions or something. Buy a mansion for each of his kids and then tell him to move. Yeah, it's like, oh, you don't want to do Walking Dead anymore, huh? What about this? What about this? Fountain in the front. Drive one of those U driveways, huh? Just for your daughter, right? Just for you want to do a deal? You want to do it? Yeah, so whatever. It's cool. The movies are going to be great. It'll be worth it. The movies will be fun. So it's what it is. But yeah, for you there, man. Season 6, my favorite. And then season 9 was also incredible. Season 5, incredible. Yeah, man. Season 8 was fun too, even though people always hate on it all the time. So, hey, Trev, just curious, can you see the Walking Dead original series go for another 10 seasons or at least 5 or 6? I could. Also, first time joining live streaming channel. So, okay, so for Overraised Gamer. So, could The Walking Dead last another 10 years or 5 or 6? 5 or 6, yes, it could. 10 years would bring it to season like 20. I mean, in name it can, but it can't in any other way but in name. I mean, would anybody still even be in the show in 10 years from now? I just don't see it, man. And also, unfortunately, the interest is not there as much as it used to be. So that's just what it is. And, so I'll say if we can get up to season 15, that would be amazing. As a fan, that would be incredible and everything would be great. Season 20, I just don't see it, man. But who knows if AMC's committed and if Premiere works pretty well for them and that's their primary driver for Premiere, then maybe. But unfortunately, dude, I'm sorry to tell you, I don't see it, but possibly. So are you possessed? Someone's pissed. Dan's pissed off. I'm doing a Super Bowl Sunday hangout. So who's your favorite Walking Dead character of all time for Kumba and Frodo? I guess Rick. Should we just say Rick? I mean, who do you want to say? You don't want to say Rick? Who are you going to say? Negan? Someone like that? Daryl? No, I'll just go with Andrew Lincoln's Rick. I mean, I think that's just what it is. I think if you have to pick someone, that's who you're going to go with. Negan's a lot of fun and Daryl's fun and everything, but yeah, your favorite Walking Dead character, you got to go with Rick. Shane was fun too. If he would have lived on longer, maybe if he was still alive, maybe he'd be my favorite. But no, it's got to be Rick, man. It's just what it is. Michael Pervin, Trav, the best YouTuber out there. Thanks, man. If you could have one character still alive, who would it be? And don't say Shane. Well, I already did, right? So, one character still alive from Walking Dead. You can bring one character back. Who would it be? Don't say Shane. Why can't I say Shane, right? It's like Glenn or Carl or Shane. Yeah, so it's what it is. So Rick is the best. Yeah, he is. Absolutely. Anyone would versus the Hobbit. I don't know what you guys are talking about now. A lot of craziness, crazy stuff. Anyway, do we have any other good questions here? Let's see what else we got. And we're almost at 45 minutes. So I think that's pretty good. Let's see. We should probably have one more good one to end off on. I don't know. What do we got? Who's got a good one? Guys? Let's see. Okay, let's do this one real quick from Jasmine Iqbal. This one's a bit about me, but she asked, my question is, why did you start your channel, Trav, and what motivated you to do so? I just love comic books. I love TV series. I love action figures. I love video games. And I love to talk about it with people. It's a lot of fun to do videos with you guys, to get feedback from you guys, to hang out with you guys, and to do all that. So I'd say what motivated me was my love for comics, my love for figures, and all that kind of geeky stuff, and just wanting to kind of share that with people. And that's how it was in 2009, and in 2010. That's just what it was. It was just a fun thing to do. And mostly it did. Mostly it did start with figures, actually. that's kind of where it started, and comics, and then it just kind of went from there. Because I do love TV as well too, but at that time in 2009, there was no Walking Dead, and some of my other series like Buffy was over at that time, and what else was over around that time? Like there was not that many good. Sometimes there isn't that much that's really good on TV. Like some years there's awesome stuff. Some years there isn't that much that's that good. So it depends. I feel like right now we're kind of in a time where there's tons of series out there, but there's very few that are like really, amazing. The ones that are really at the front for me, like Walking Dead, maybe Mandalorian would be another one that's pretty popular right now. Stranger Things is another one I think is like amazing. But aside from that, there aren't too many to me that I'm really enjoying that much aside from Walking Dead right now after Game of Thrones ended. Unfortunately for me, I know there's lots of series on all the time, but it's just like, which ones do you really love? That's pretty much it for me. Walking Dead. Well, I should say universe, because I do like Fear as well too, and World Beyond should be okay. And Game of Thrones universe, I guess we should say that, because they're going to do spinoffs and stuff like that. Keep streaming, Trev. Chris says. Well, thanks, Chris, but we can't do it forever. It's going to be about 8:30 now. Malcolm in the Middle, right? That was fun. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you? Okay, I'll stop. That was fun. Repeat. Okay, I can't stop. Okay. Question. That was fun, man. I used to like Malcolm in the Middle. It's so funny that, the Walter White, right, the lead actor from that, he was in Breaking. It's just so weird to see him be the dad in Malcolm in the Middle and then see him in Breaking Bad. But he was incredible in Breaking Bad, right? So that's awesome stuff for sure. So Johnny Prince says, can you even still like Fear? So how can you do it? How can you justify still liking Fear? Okay, well, I watch Z Nation every year all the way through. Okay, so and I've done reviews for tons of different series. I watched tons of different series. So the deal is that I understand sometimes things can be, sometimes things work out well to what they're trying to do, and sometimes they don't work out so well. With Walking Dead, with Fear's second half, they try to do some comedy stuff. They try to do stuff like that. Maybe it works okay to a degree, but certainly the last couple episodes, or the second last episode, didn't work in the way they wanted it to. But I still love Z Nation, even though there's some episodes of that are way worse than anything Fear's ever done. Like there's this nightmare one in Z Nation, which is painful to watch. It's like one of the characters is having a nightmare dream of being eaten by a zombie, and it repeats over and over and over again. And you actually watch it in the episode over and over and over again. So, I'm used to sometimes TV series having some kind of bad episodes in that. And it doesn't mean I hate the series altogether. I mentioned Buffy there earlier because I liked that when I was younger. It has some really awful episodes that I don't like at all, because it's kind of girly too, right? So, which is okay. But I did like it, even though I'm kind of, masculine guy. But, I still like it in a way. But there's some episodes here and there that are not going to be great. Sometimes you have to take the good with the bad, and you have to look at some of the stuff they did do good and some of the stuff that was really good, and look at it as a whole and say, is it worth it overall or is it not? Sometimes I question it, but for Fear, I'm still like, yeah, let's do it. It's still good and everything, and I do like it, and I'm not so put off to it to where I'm ready to throw in the towel yet, personally. So F Chopping again. Okay, stop sending me money, F Chopping. I appreciate it, man, but that's cool. No question this time, just donation. Okay, well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And all you guys for everything, and just for watching, and subscribing and just sticking with me over all the years, because I also recognize too, 11 years is a very, very long time. It's a very long time. So I'm just grateful and lucky that I've been able to kind of keep going with you guys and keep doing this with you guys for this long, because I think that is something that is, that's not guaranteed, right? To be able to do something. Like if you guys have a certain job or something you really love to do, even a hobby, right? Like let's say you play a sport. Today's football day, right? It was Super Bowl. Let's say you have an intramural league of football and you really love it. You got buddies and you go play on Sundays or Saturdays and you play football. Maybe you play tag if you're older or whatever, or you don't do tackle or something because you don't want to get hurt. But you do touch football or something, and you do that, right? And you do it for a while, as a hobby. Is the intramural league still going to be around 11 years later? Maybe in some cases, but a lot of cases, no. They do it for a little while and then eventually it stops, right? So I'm just happy I can even do this with you guys this long. Is great. I think the game is pretty much already won, and I've had so much fun doing this with you guys. I'd like to continue doing it, permanently going forward, at least from time to time, so I can commit to that. I'll do it permanently, but it may not always be, 5 videos a week, 10 videos a week, like I have, because I just have to find stuff I really enjoy that you know, is what it is. Okay, last one is actually a good question about okay, naval base. Who sent that one through? So about Virgil. And oh, I'm not going to give you credit now too, right? I'm going to screw this up. We're almost at an hour, so we'll wrap it up soon here too. But okay, Red Lotus. I think the biggest problem with okay, no, that's not the one. Okay, it was Lucas 4244. Do you think the guy living on the naval base, Virgil, is true? He seems like a class guy. So probably not, or at least it probably is not as usual. Like it's probably not what it seems to be. So I think Virgil is sort of borderline trustworthy at best. Probably not. Probably he's most likely a liar and he's making up a bill of goods, and Michonne will find out, and maybe him and Michonne will have a tussle and Michonne will win or something. I don't know. Or maybe he'll capture Michonne for a while and she'll fight her way out or something like this. Something like that makes sense, I think. Chris Biggs, okay, maybe a couple more. Was there ever a Trev Chan one? Yes, it's still there. Trevor Harris 881 on YouTube. You can look at it right now and go through some of the older videos. I did have to delete some of my old Walking Dead stuff because I was trying to get Partner 10 years ago. So some of my Walking Dead reviews that I posted on that channel, you know, I had to delete them 10 years ago. But just trust me on this one. I was doing Walking Dead videos in 2009. So is what it is. And okay, well, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you guilty pleasure, Flavor Flav or Jerry Springer. I don't really watch either of them. I'm pretty sure Jerry Springer is scripted, and they're like actors, like they're like, you know, amateurs trying to get whatever. So I don't buy into it. It's a work. It's like wrestling, right? It's a work. So that's what it is, Jerry Springer. I'm pretty sure it's a work anyway, most of the time. Flavor Flav, I don't know. You know, I like his style, I guess. This is the clock thing. I don't know. I don't know, man. So that's cool. Anyway, all right. I think we'll wrap for today, guys. I hope you guys had fun. Yeah, you give up on Better Call Saul? Never, dude. I love Better Call Saul. I always love Better Call Saul. And so, you know, first channel isn't there. Yes, it is. It's there. Check in my my recommended channels in Trev's Chan 2. You'll see it. It's there. You can find it. You just got to look. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it, guys. I guess we'll wrap here because we're almost at an hour. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Enjoy the rest of the Super Bowl if you guys are watching it. And yeah, Better Call Saul. Looking forward to its premiere soon. And I hope you guys had some fun in this live hangout with me. Thank you guys for everything. And I'll try to make a video hopefully within the next few days. I don't know if they release something big or if I get a good idea for something, we'll do it. But we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see when we do the next one. And, you know, when it makes sense. But definitely when Walking Dead comes back on, we'll be doing more for sure. For sure, yeah. So, yeah, that's it, guys. All right. Well, have a good day, guys. Have a good Sunday night. And I'll see you guys again soon. I'll sign off as per usual. It's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon. You're welcome, guys. See you.